Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Was Trained By all of the Shonen Jump protagonists. This is part 30. In the last part, Izuku fought against the high-end Nomu Hood and had to basically give it his all, especially since the guy was literally running on fumes. Given he had to even use his Zanpakuto Yusa and finally unlocked his Shikai's true ability to copy and use the abilities of other Zanpakutos and Soul Reapers that he has a strong connection with, such as Byakuya, Rukia, and his master, Ichigo. Where doing so, he was able to put down the high end and was able to win at the very end. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As a couple days have now gone by since the incident at the summer camp, given that all of the students from Class 1A and Class 1B weren't, seriously harmed in the situation, many of the parents and also that of the, media decided not to go deeply on that of UA, saying that they're incompetent and also that they weren't keeping their kids safe at all. However, none of them know the real truth about what happened and how the kids were sent back to UA. The reason being is because of Izuku. Some of the media and even some pros believe that UA decided to use that of a hero with that of a teleportation quirk to help out in the situation instead, allowing many of the students to be safe from the villain attack. However, the media doesn't know that the one who actually saved them was that from Izuku Midoriya, the one who basically solved the entire situation. But UA is keeping this a secret just as before with that of the USJ incident. But this time it would be 100 times worse if people found out about what happened. But even so, the damage has already been done. It's time for UA and many of the pros to clean up this shit show of a situation. Currently at UA, right now, a few of the teachers of UA are now in a meeting about the situation that has happened at the summer camp. Currently, Nezu, Aizawa, Vlad King, Midnight, President Mike, Snipe, and Ectoplasm alongside that of All Might is there as well, speaking about what has happened, with then Nezu saying, it's a good thing that media opinion has calmed down at least a bit, and many of them want to know who was the person who was able to send all of the students from UA back to here. We told them that the hero wants to remain anonymous, not wanting to cause any trouble, but it's not going to be easy for long, with then soon Flat King saying, I'm not as in loot, but is there any heroes that are known for their teleportation quirks by any chance? With then Aizawa sighing for a bit, saying a few, not a lot. Turns out teleportation quirks are rarer than they seem. It's more shocking to know that the League of Villains has that of a teleportation quirk user such as Kurogiri. Snipe speaking up saying, now to mention it, let's bring up the fact that Midoriya was the one who was able to do something like that. I know the kid has basically limitless powers due to his quirk, basically traveling between that of different worlds and dimensions and all that stuff. But are we sure that the kid really isn't much of a threat? I know he's done good, but within Midnight speaking up saying, Snipe, you cannot be serious about thinking that Midoriya would turn against us after everything he's done for us. With then soon Snipe saying, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that what if the League of Villains were there for him? With then everybody opening their eyes, widening in shock. With then soon Black King saying, it does make a lot of sense. Ever since that whole incident at the USJ, you did say that Midoriya was trying his best to basically try to convince Shigaraki to stop what he's doing. Then there was the whole incident at Hosu with the hero killer, Not only he was able to defeat many of the Nomus that the League of Villains brought out, but he was even able to beat Stain as well. Basically showing that no matter what the League of Villains do, he'll always stop them somehow, some way. What if this was some kind of attempt to put the boy down? And it didn't matter if any of the students got involved. With then hearing this, all of them couldn't help but be shocked. Within, Aizawa couldn't help but look down, saying, and if that's the case, then I would stop it, even no matter what. If the League of Villains are after Midoriya, then I will do anything as his homeroom teacher to prevent something like that to happen again. And that is a promise. With then, soon hearing this, Black King soon stands down before sighing, saying, I know, Aizawa. I know. With then, soon, everybody's more shocked and surprised that the certain symbol of peace, the number one hero of their country, hasn't said anything. With then, Nezu saying, All Might, do you have anything to say? With then, All Might having that of an aura of depression and sadness as he has his head down with his arms basically covering his head, saying, how could this happen? How could I even let this happen? I was enjoying that of a relaxing soak at a hot springs resort, and yet my students were basically were threatened by almost that of villains, and young Midoriya is now in the hospital. How can I call myself a hero if I wasn't even there to help them and help him? With then sued Ectoplasm saying, All Might, you're being too hard on yourself. Remember, you are still only one person. You're only human. You can't always be there at every place, at everywhere, at every time. That's just how it is. That's logically impossible. With then All Might raising his head up saying, but even so, still, within Aizawa saying, oh, grow up, All Might. Seriously, you're making this more about you than what happened with Midoriya. Within All Might shocked, saying, oh, I guess so. Sorry. Within President Mike's finally speaking up, saying, there is one thing I was curious about. If the League of Villains were there only for Midoriya, how did they even find out about the summer camp to begin with? How did they even know about it? If I last recall, there were only a select few people who knew about the summer camp. Not all the teachers or even the students knew where they were going. So it has to come to a realization. What if there was a traitor amongst us? Then soon everybody's shocked, surprised, hearing this from that of the loud mouth and casual and somewhat cheerful English teacher of UA, with then saying, just hear me out here. I mean, there was no one else but us who knew about the whole summer camp and where the kids were going. I mean, possibly one of the students could have known, but remember, the Pussycats even said that they barely get cell reception up there. So it's surprising to find out that with then Midnight speaking up and saying, stop it, Yamada. With then soon President Mike was caught off guard with Midnight calling him by his last name. With then soon saying, what you're saying is basically you're judging one of your own co-workers, even one of your own students for causing this. With then soon Snipe speaking up saying, yeah, why would you even bring up this to begin with? With then soon President Mike saying, I'm not crazy here. And yeah, it may be out of the blue, but think about it. It just makes no sense. Why would the League of Villains know where they are unless there was a traitor? With then Snipe speaking up saying, okay then, you're the one that brought it up about a traitor. How do we know you're not? With then saying, what did you say? With then both Aizawa and Midnight speaking of saying, that's enough, both of you. With then Nezu hearing all of this while also in his own little world thinking about the situation, thinking, it could be possible. There could be a traitor. I doubt it's any of the staff members. As much as it may be easy for them to find out, I doubt any of the pros here would betray us for the league. However, the students, on the other hand, that's a complete and total difference. There are plenty of students who've had quite a bit of a rough lifestyle before coming here, such as that of young Bakugo. Originally, we looked into his background due to his anger management and issues when the year first started. But ever since what happened at the first battle training and for Class 1A, he's mellowed out at least a little bit. Not entirely, but a little. But, however, I couldn't say much about those from that of one from Class 1B on the other hand. Nato Monoma. He's been shown to be quite arrogant and antagonistic to many of those in Class 1A. His arrogance is so loud that many of the students from even those from his own classroom believe that it's out of nature, to be honest. And given about what happened during his childhood, especially with a quirk like his, being persecuted and looked down upon for so long, he believes those who are in the spotlight are the ones who look down on him the most, believing that Class 1A is like that. I may need to keep an eye on him, but he's not the only one I need to keep an eye on. Possibly the entirety of Class 1A and Class 1B as a whole, as Nezu continues thinking this, within soon getting somebody speaking his name as it being Aizawa saying, Principal Nezu, do you have anything to say about this? With then finally adding himself to the conversation, within him saying, personally, I believe that there is no traitor. To my own opinion, it's my own opinion and how I see the situation to be fair. But if there is a traitor, and there might be, we need to keep things more tight-lipped and more secretive to make things that stuff like this does not happen ever again. I'm just more glad that, due to young Midoriya's actions, that things have not gone out of the deep end. With then, soon, Ectoplasm saying his actions are one thing, but what he did, all of the corpses at the summer camp, the Nomus, and even one villain, the Moonfish, with then Snipe saying, yeah, I've heard about Moonfish a couple of times. He's one of the most wanted villains here in Japan. He's escaped prison multiple times and has gone on blood mass murders constantly a lot. Even say that he's a bit of a cannibal as well. To be honest, he's one of the few villains who's escaped death row. Personally, the guy kind of served his sentence when he finally died, but it's a shame that Midoriya had to be the one to do it though. With then soon Midnight saying, I agree. To having to basically to kill somebody that he didn't even need to do, it's quite sad. With then, as I was saying, I don't agree with Midoriya's actions for doing something like that, but to be fair, I think it needed to be done as well. Still don't like it, but I'll have to accept it. However, let's also bring in the fact, because he took down many of the Nomu and not a lot, and since the media doesn't think that Nomus are literal or actually, living corpses, because we started to keep that a secret from the public, many of them believe that the person that killed all of the Nomu, even Moonfish himself, with then looking at Class 1B's homeroom teacher, with then sued him saying, the media has dubbed me the person that basically caused all that bloodshed at the summer camp. I'm not surprised, given my quirk and and also that in my earlier years, I used to be that of a violent hero, but as time went on, I decided to calm myself down, even become a teacher. But even so, it looks like my past won't escape me forever. Within Midnight saying, Kenji, within saying, I'll take on this burden for Midoriya's sake. I don't want a kid like him with that much potential. We can't lose somebody like him just because he was doing the right thing and because of my old personality. For this, I'll take on that burden for him. Within, President Mike speaking up saying, You sure about this, man? I mean, you just rised up to that of the top 100, right? If you do this, your ranking is going to go down alongside your popularity too. Everything you build up within the home. Vlad King closes his eyes, looks down, saying, I do not care about my popularity. Never did to begin with. I think what I cared most is basically doing the right thing. To be honest, to hell with it. I'll do this. And I owe Midoriya for helping my student out, even when he didn't need to, or shouldn't have, but he did. And for that, I'll do what I need to help as well. With that, everybody couldn't help but smile. Even Nezu as well at the class 1B homeroom teacher. With then soon, All Might's phone goes off saying, a phone call is here! A phone call is here! A phone call is... With then saying, hello? With then, everybody's still shocked within Midnight and Snipe saying, that really is his ringtone? With then saying, oh, everyone, I have something important to say. It looks like young Midoriya has finally woken up. With that, everybody's eyes widening. Back at Masafu National Hospital, currently right now, Izuku is in his bed, head up and upper body as well, with Momo basically putting some water in a vase with the flowers that she and Momo and Yu brought. With, speaking of Ochako, she's sitting right next to Izuku, right next to his bed, and Yu is right next to Izuku's bed, but looking at the window as she sees through the blinds and sees that of a few reporters waiting outside at the hospital, possibly to ask Izuku some things, as the major news networks believe that Vlad King was the one who took care of the Nomu and Moonfish. However, some minor news networks who know about the pattern for Izuku and about his abilities as well believe that he's the one that took care of them and want to see why and how. Within, you couldn't help but sigh, saying, the old me would have loved to have that much attention, especially getting all the praise. But now I really realize I was really stupid and a dumbass. With the suit, Izuku saying, oh, come on now, don't say that about yourself, Miss Yu. With Did saying, yeah, well, it is true. As she soon walks over and sits right next to Izuku on the other side of his bed. With then soon she's saying, how are you doing? Saying, still on shock that I've basically been passed out for the past 2 days or so. Guess that's what happens when I basically break through my limits. With then soon Ochako saying, I still can't believe that you basically transported everybody from not just our own class, but Class 1B, the Pussycats, and even Mr. Aizawa and Vlad King back to UA. How did you even do that? With then Izuku saying, it's a certain ability I've been testing out for a while now. It basically allows me to channel my aura around a certain object, link that object to a certain place, and I can link my aura to other people, and even myself back to that object. Basically, I call it that of save point. It allows me to teleport to places that still have a connection to my aura. It's way more complicated than I basically say. That's just more of the simplified version. With then Momo saying, I love to hear more about it. But to be fair, I think you should focus more on getting some rest. Saying, I think I've been resting quite a bit, but I don't want to argue with you guys. With then soon you saying, wow, that's a shocker. With then she having that of a smug smile on her face. With then Izuku saying, ha ha. With then looking down as now his smile goes down to a frown saying, sorry for worrying you three. With then Ochako saying, Deku, saying, it's seriously, what I did, I still don't regret what I done. Protecting everybody, preventing them to get hurt by the league. I don't regret it, not one bit. even taking down that of Moonfish as well. The guy was a monster. He didn't care about anything except wanting to kill. Same thing also goes for Muscular. Once he arrives back at the League of Villains, they won't have any idea on how to break him out of my 0-point breaker. With then soon you saying, Muscular? Is that one of the villains from the League? Saying, oh yeah, I basically freeze his entire body from all the way from the neck down, but leaving him basically a frozen statue with only him able to move his head though. With then soon Ochaka saying, I would love to see that. That'd be pretty funny. With then soon all the other girls can help but laugh too. Within Izuku saying, yeah, probably not. His body probably already shattered by now. With the three girls utterly shocked and surprised. With then Tsuyu saying, I'm sorry, did you say shatter? With then Izuku saying, oh yeah, definitely shattered. I mean, all that would be left with him would be nothing but a head with no organs to continue to cycle over and over again for him to continue living on. With then Momo saying, Izuku, that's pretty morbid. I mean, we've heard about Moonfish before, but who was this? Muscular was another. I don't know much about the guy, but the way that he spoke, he basically wanted me to suffer. He wanted me to die so badly so he can enjoy it. He's nothing, I can tell, he's basically one of those mass murdering types too. With then you basically tapping her finger on her lips over and over again saying, oh, right, I think I've heard of the guy before. He's one hell of a, I think he was one hell of a criminal that kills tons of innocent people and even that of heroes too. I think his last victims were the water hose heroes actually. Shame act to be fair. Within Izuku saying, wait, you're saying that? With then he remembers Kota about how his parents died and who the heroes were. With then realizing Muscular was the one who killed Kota's parents. With then realizing, so I basically killed the person that killed Kota's family, that basically destroyed his life away. I don't regret killing him because he needed to be put down, but I hope that Kota finds out sooner or later. But even so, I just hope that his idea on heroes has changed at least a little bit. Within Momo speaking up saying, Izuku, how are you feeling though? After everything that you've done, aren't you worried? Worried that you're going to be kicked out of UA? Worried that Hero Society is going to turn on you? Within Izuku looking up at the black-haired spiky ponytail create quirk user, with then saying, not really actually. With then all the girls are shocked. To be honest, even if society goes against me, even if they hate me, I'll still do what's right. I'll still protect them, still save them. Heroes, villains, civilians alike, I'll still try to help them and protect and save them. But the villains who don't want to be saved, who basically revels in the carnage and suffering, I'll save them in a different way by sending them to the afterlife. It's the only thing I can do to continue to protect people, save lives. It's the kind of hero I want to be. The kind of hero I want to protect everyone, save everyone all over the world. Within hearing this, all the girls couldn't help but be shocked, surprised, as they can see the determination in Izuku's words and his eyes as well, as they all couldn't help but smile. Within soon, the door sliding open, as through the door, they see that of a familiar spiky red-haired, with sharp teeth and everything, saying, hey, he's up. Within soon, Bakugo saying, told you he would be shitty hair. Like hell, Deku would basically be knocked out for this damn long. With then soon Izuku saying, Kachan, Kirishima, everyone, as everyone in Class 1A soon rise. With then soon you saying, are you doing great, Midoriya? With then Mineta saying, yeah, we brought you a melon. Hope you like it. With then Izuku saying, thanks, Mineta. Thank you all for coming. with then soon Kaminari saying, "Damn, dude, you look rough." Saying, "Figures as much." With then Ida soon comes up to Izuku saying, "Midoriya, what you did was reckless, stupid, and quite ridiculous. As I expected better from our class rep." With then Izuku saying, "Guess so. Guess I'm not worthy." With then everybody shocked. With then soon Ida saying, "But you did do what you thought was right, and you did save us. So to be honest, it is worthy of a hero after all." With hearing that, Izuku can help but smile, saying, "Thanks, Tenya." With then Ida smiling behind his glass as his glasses begin to shine. With then soon Izuku saying, "So, anything we like to bring up or like to ask me by any chance?" With then soon Bakugo was about to say something before then Shoto basically cutting him off, saying, "Midoriya, what happened at the summer camp? We only heard bits or pieces and only things from the news channels, but we want to hear it from you. What happened there?" With then Izuku looking down as both Ochako and Yu hold his hands. With then he couldn't help but calm himself down for a bit, saying, "Well, looks like the League of Villains came to the summer camp as that of a message, to be fair." With then soon everybody's shocked. With then Mina saying, "A message? Like what kind?" With then soon Izuku saying, "The message that they can show up anywhere, whatever they want." The entire thing was basically a stunt to prove that the League of Villains can show up whenever they please, either to UA or to a pros or anywhere at that. But to be honest, it kind of just proves on that they're changing up their tactics. With then soon Kaminari saying, "Tactics? Like what?" With then soon Kyoka speaking up, saying, "Isn't it obvious, jamming way? To be honest, the reason that they're changing up their tactics is because they originally wanted to kill All Might. Then they basically worked with the hero killer Stain to cause Kavik and Hosu. Now they just wanted to scare us at the summer camp. With a quirk like that guy Kurogiri, it'd be pretty easily to get the jump on any kind of hero, even us." With then Kaminari freaking out, saying, Okay, you're right." With then soon Momo saying, "So what? Why didn't you stay? If they basically made their point to prove that they can basically show up whenever they want, why continue fighting?" With then Izuku realizing that could have been his own fault for trying to prevent that of the villains such as Dabi and Toga to stop fighting, realizing that they may have done horrible things, but they had reasons for those things. And most of it was either through that of pain and suffering, and wanted to save them in his own way. With then soon saying, "Let's just say some of them had a reason to continue fighting against me. And that's all. After I tried defeating them, they soon retreated, thanks to that guy Kurogiri as well. And soon he basically dropped a ton of Nomu on me. And that's what happened. And this one Nomu that was so powerful that pushed me to my limits. And I passed out. And that's all that happened." With then hearing this, soon everybody was caught off guard, shocked. With then Kirishima saying, "Seriously, dude, that was overwhelming. It shows how truly manly you are." With then Izuku saying, "Yeah, but even so, my actions don't change. I still took a life and I don't regret it. And I basically took down all of those Nomus as well, and I still don't regret it either. If it means protecting innocent people, I'll take the consequences. I'll take the punishment, no matter what." With then hearing that, soon Bakugo couldn't help but grit his teeth in that of annoyance, saying, "You'll take the punishment? You'll take the consequences? Screw that!" With then soon Bakugo saying, You won't be taking shit, actually. To be honest, the person that's going to be taking all the credit for what happened at the summer camp will be the classroom B's homeroom teacher, Vlad King, instead. Within Izuku's eyes widening, saying, wait, what? But why? They're taking the fall for you because they don't want you leaving UA. They still believe that you have potential. Within Izuku saying, but why? I mean, what I did was trying to help everybody and save everybody. I was aware of what's going to happen if I stayed. Then why would they? Then Bakugo grit his teeth even more before grabbing him by his collar. But then everybody's shocked and surprised. Then even Ochako saying, Bakugo, what are you? Then sued Momo saying, Bakugo, let go of him, saying, not until this damn idiot realized what I'm saying. The reason that they don't want to lose, the reason on why they're doing this is because they want you to continue going to UA. They continue wanting to see you grow as a hero. They want to see you become a pro. Simple as that. You have so much goddamn potential. Do you really want to ruin that? All because of your own goddamn pride? Because you want to just do the right thing and take responsibility for it? It's bullshit. Like hell that'll happen. Then sued Izuku cut off guard with that. Then sued Izuku saying, Kachan. But then sued him letting him down, saying, all they're saying is that they don't want to lose potential like you. Somebody that has a great chance of becoming a great hero. Do you really want to make all their efforts go to waste just because you feel guilty? Then soon Izuku saying, but still saying, then Bakugo scoffing, saying, whatever. Believe in your own ideas and believe in everyone else's. But the damage has been done. Simple as that. With that, soon everybody couldn't help but get at least a little bit annoyed at Bakugo, but some couldn't help but understand what Bakugo was saying until Izuku realized what Bakugo was saying as well, saying, Gachan, I get where you're coming from. I understand. I may not like it, but I'll accept it. Does that sound better? Then soon Izuku having that of a look of understanding and determination. Within Bakugo having that of a look of annoyance, while also having a look of satisfaction, saying, yeah, I get it. I absolutely do. Within the doors sliding open again, catching Aoyama off guard, is it being the doctor assigned to Izuku, saying, seems like you all are speaking and talking to one another. And I'm glad to see that you're finally up, Midoriya. As for everyone here, could you all wait outside? You can all come back in once we're done. Then soon Ida saying, of course, sir. Come on, everyone. Then even Momo as that vice rep doing the same. Soon both Ochako and Yu kiss Izuku on the cheeks. Then they began heading outside too. Then the doctor saying, you have quite a bit of friends, Midoriya. Saying, the best of friends, actually. I'm grateful that they're my classmates. Then saying, seems so. Recovery Girl speaks a lot of you. You're one of the few students that barely comes to her office for healing and all that. To be honest, you're lucky. You have to be one of the rare few that don't get injured in hero studies, I'm guessing. Then Izuku saying, you know that? Saying, of course, Recovery Girl was my mentor, to be fair. She talks about a lot of the students at UA who come to her infirmary. Quite a bit from Class 1A, especially this one student being Katsuki Bakugo. I did see him in the sports festival, and you fought against him, surprisingly. Then Izuku saying, guess so. Then she's saying, he always comes in for healing, for honestly. She always gets irritated by it, but I think she loves her job quite a bit. As for you, again, you're one of the lucky few. Then Izuku saying, I'm used to huge amounts of pain after all. But to be honest, I can handle it. Then saying, I thought so. At first, we were asking if she could come and heal you, but It seemed like you were able to, seems like over time, it looks like your wounds were healing themselves. We kind of expected you to, well, wake up later than this, but you're really something else, kid. Within Izuku saying, I get that a lot. With then a nurse comes in with that of gauze and also that of bandages, saying, just let you know, you don't need to stay here any longer than you need to. You can leave tonight or leave tomorrow morning if you feel like it. Just need to apply these new bandages and you're good to go. With then Izuku saying, thanks, Doc. Saying, don't mention it. After at least a couple minutes of removing his old bandages and adding his newer ones, everyone in Class 1A finally came back into his room. As they spent a little bit of time speaking of how Izuku was able to stand on his own, even wondering how he was even able to fight back, given that he was just as tired as everyone else. With Izuku kind of enjoying the company that he has, realizing that what he almost did could have cost him quite a bit. Not just him, but everyone else as well, if he didn't make it through that night. But even so, let's just say he's grateful for all of that. With then soon, it finally becoming the evening, within a few other people finally come into Izuku's room, as everybody in Class 1A finally left as well. As the people being Aizawa, All Might in his buff form, and Detective Suguguchi. With then Izuku saying, All Might, Mr. Aizawa, Detective, can I help the three of you? With then soon Detective Suguguchi saying, of course, Midoriya, we have quite a bit of questions about you, questions about what happened. Could you answer them for us? Saying, of course, sir. Within soon, within Aizawa saying, Uraka, Yaoyorozu, Mount Lady, could the three of you give us some privacy? Within soon, Ochako and Momo were a little bit hesitant. Within you basically grabbing both girls by their shoulders saying, of course. It only makes sense that we should. Within soon, Ochako saying, but Takeyama, Miss Takeyama, and Mount Lady, shouldn't we, stay with Deku for a bit, if it's okay? With it saying, you girls are still new. This is both a pro hero and police business. They have questions for Midoriya. Unlike your friends, they need to know about this as well, and this is confidentiality as well. So we had to go. With then soon, Momo saying, of course, we understand. We'll be waiting outside with Izuku, just like before. With then Izuku smiling saying, thanks, girls. After that, soon, all three of them leave outside. Before then, soon, you saying, hey, Momo, you got anything that can basically listen through walls? Saying, like a listening device? Of course. Just give me a minute. As Momo's creating something for the three of them to listen through, within Ochako saying, oh, now I get it. Saying, there you go, girl. Back in Izuku's hospital room, within Izuku saying, I'm guessing you want to know the reason on why I either fought against them or why the League of Villains targeted the summer camp to begin with. Within, Detective couldn't help but say, anything will help us, Midoriya, please. Within, Izuku basically crossing his arms, saying, I can't give you much, but I can tell you the reason on why they attacked us. The reason being was a message. Within, soon, Aizawa saying, a message? Looks like that of Nezu was right. Within, soon, All Might saying, what kind of message, young Midoriya? Within, Izuku saying, a message for the UA and Hero Society as a whole. The League of Villains had only one goal, kill All Might. That's from their leader, Shigaraki. Then they basically got the hero killer to join up with them and caused quite a bit of havoc in that of Hosu, in a way to basically cause panic and chaos. Now, this time, they did cause chaos again, but go after the school that they went after the first time, to basically show that, and not only that, the summer camp was secretive. Nobody knew about it, like you said, Mr. Aizawa. So I just want to know, how the heck did they even find out? Within Aizawa keeping quiet to himself, saying, that's what we're trying to find out. Did they say anything on who found out? Or who gave them the information? With Izuku shaking his head saying, no, unfortunately. I would have asked them that, but had other priorities to handle. With then soon Suguchi saying, like, what kind of priorities? With then Izuku looking at the detective saying, trying to save them from themselves. With then all three of them were shocked and surprised. Within All Might saying, what do you mean, young Midoriya? Saying, I don't believe not every villain is evil. Far from it. I kind of realized that. Most villains are either villains for necessity, they have no other choice, their lifestyles, other than that, and either by society's dictation on that of people's quirks. Stain is kind of somewhat right about certain heroes too, with Izuku remembering everything that has happened since his time as that of 3 vigilantes, his face-off with that of Stain, and also his conversation with Shigaraki too, realizing that not every villain is evil because they were born evil. Some of them are evil because society made them to be evil. With then saying, I just wanted to try and help them. 2 of them, I believe, could have been changed. But the other, however, Moonfish and another villain by the name of Muscular, on the other hand, they couldn't. They were too far gone. With then Suguchi saying, so that's the reason why you killed Moonfish, because he was a too far gone villain? Saying, I know. And I know it's wrong that I played the executioner. With then Suguchi sighing, saying, personally, yes, you did play the executioner, but you did know that he was a death row villain, right? A villain that's escaped prison multiple times and has gone on multiple bloody rampages too. To be honest, you basically carried out his prison sentence, even if you weren't aware of it. But then Izuku saying, that's good to know, but still doesn't help. With then soon Aizawa saying, what do you mean by other villain? There was another villain by the name of Muscular. He was quite bloodthirsty, just as much as Moonfish, possibly even more than Moonfish. And he was aware of the actions that he was doing, unlike Moonfish, who seemed more tranced into doing it. I didn't kill him the same way as Moonfish, though. I killed him in a way that would more shock the League of Villains. More of a tactic, a scare tactic, to be honest. With then, soon, All Might saying, young Midoriya. With then, Izuku saying, I know it seems wrong as a hero, but I still did it because it needs to be done. Some of them are villains because society changed them, and some of them need to realize that being a villain is going to cause them a lot more pain. That's the reason why. I don't regret my actions, but I do regret that I had to do it. It's kind of what I feel bad about. But once again, the League of Villains' actions at the summer camp was just a message to everybody that supports Hero Society. The League of Villains cannot be stopped, and they can show up whenever they want. With that, all 3 of them were really caught off guard by Izuku's words, realizing that things in current society are going to change quite a bit. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. Sorry, this part was more important on focusing on everybody's reactions on, well, Izuku. And to be honest, unlike the summer camp action where Aizawa gave everybody the permission to fight back against the villains after Izuku defeated Muscular and everything, Izuku did not have permission back then. He basically took matters into his own hands, just like the USJ incident, after all. So, and not only that, because of his actions, UA won't be taking too much of, heat from that of the media and many of the parents as well. Hell, some of the students from general course and maybe possibly business won't be blaming the hero course for basically them going into the dorm system. Speaking of that, that'll be brought up in the next part if I can. As for the next part, the next part is going to be quite different because I need to ask you guys a question, because the next part is going to be changing the aspect of the story. This is one of my most popular and one of my longest running stories on this channel. To be fair, it's only natural for you guys to decide on how this goes, because again, this is a what if, to be fair. So a lot of things can change in stories like this. But I'll bring that up in that of a community poll. So if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my videos when I upload on the channel. Also check out my Discord, gaming channel, main channel, and Patreon. Also check out my Cash App as well if you guys want to request any videos you want me to make it to shorts. So with all that said, this is Yamuki signing out. Later guys, and take care. Shiro Kitsune, you know what to do, my girl.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!